Hello Internet and welcome to another League of Legends patch video on PCGamesN.com. Joining me is Ali Jones,
Hello.
Ben Barrett here to take you all the way through League of Legends patch 7.19. The big highlight of which is that after us saying it for about 2 months, we are now post-Worlds patch, and that means they can actually start changing things again.
So it's kind of pre-season.
It's sort of now pre-season for the next, what, like 5 patches or something, yeah.
A long time.
Yes,
it's not technically pre-season. Like Riot aren't going to say it's pre-season, but
this is when they start making all the changes that make a huge difference to how the game's played.
Yeah.
In 2018, which we're nearly in, which is terrifying.
Which is terrifying.
The endless procession of time marches on. Okay, so Xin Zhao is the top of the list. Top of the list.
So Xin's getting a mini rework, which means that some of his skills are changing, some of them are staying more or less the same.
Okay.
Biggest things are that his W passive is moving to his actual passive.
Oh, okay, sweet.
So he heals off his passive rather than his W passive. It's
okay, I see. But it means that you'd have to like level it up across the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It now scales with your actual level.
And there's another slight tweak to his W that means he's now got. It's more of a skill shot. It's kind of a sweep and then a thrust with his spear.
Okay, sweet.
And that's how that works.
Okay.
And then his ult is changing as well, whereby you still jump to people like you would have done with his E in the past. But it kind of, it's like a 1v1 me
type deal
thing.
Are they forced to attack you?
They're not forced to attack you, but people, only the person you attack can attack you. Everybody else has to attack you from outside a radius.
Oh, interesting. So other melee heroes can't hit you?
Yeah, so it's kind of like how Janna's ult works and it pushes everybody out.
Sure.
It doesn't push everyone out, but everyone has to go out in order to attack you.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I mean, how far is it wide enough that most range heroes aren't going to be able to hit you?
Most range heroes might have to kind of adjust themselves slightly.
Okay, sure.
But like, you know, it's a step or two outside.
Interesting. That kind of changes the dynamic quite significantly in terms of what he counters, because it means like a heavy melee setup he's really, really good against, which isn't an angle that you might normally think about when you're setting up a League of Legends team.
Yeah. Like
normally you're just like, okay, we need someone who's good against AP and someone who's good with AP and someone who's good against AD and someone who's, those are the two factors that you normally think about. Yeah. But now it's like, okay, attack range is a thing.
It's also a weird one because also him being a fighter, kind of an assassin-y type fighter, he'd be looking to jump onto a squishy, probably range target.
But now he can spend a little more time hitting a melee target.
So it's an interesting payoff.
And he'll have more time there where he's not going to get focused, that he can actually take out a tank if that's an option.
Yeah, exactly. So he's not going to just stand there and take punishment for everybody. It's an interesting change. It'll be cool to see how it works.
Okay, and then you've also got Azir, Vayne, Janna, and Veigar.
Yes.
Are all getting.
So those are kind of the next biggest changes. They're mostly just adjustments, a couple of new effects here and there.
Okay.
Janna's getting a new...
It's like mini reworks, right?
Yeah, like little reworks. So Veigar's is probably the most fun by the sounds of things, whereby the W, his cooldown will eventually just drop to 0 on that.
That seems good.
So every 50 stacks of his passive will mean that his cooldown on his W drops by 10%.
Okay.
And I imagine that scales with his current cooldown reduction.
Sure, okay. So I mean, you'd still have to get like a quite insane number of stacks to get it to 0 seconds.
Yeah, so it'd have to be about 300 stacks, which is doable in the late game Veigar.
Yeah, and also once it's at like 0.5, 0.8,
you start to run out of mana.
Yeah, the problem becomes your mana rather than anything else. And then we've got kind of normal changes coming to Caitlyn, Brand, Aatrox, and Malphite.
Yeah, they're getting little tweaks.
Those are more normal kind of number changes.
Yeah, basically.
Patch, sure.
And then items-wise, we're looking mostly at Ardent Sensor, finally.
Okay, still.
So
we've been looking at it for a while. Riot have taken their time to get there.
So basically what's happening here is that the changes on Ardent Sensor are going to scale rather than just being flat 25%. They're going to change from 20 to 35%. Doesn't really change.
Sort of sounds like a buff, but I suppose the early game is where the problem
lies. Is the fact that every shield-based support, every Lulu, every Janna, etc., will just rush Ardent Sensor. And
there's no decision making. There's no thought going into it.
So now it's when do I buy this for its greatest effect? And it used to be, in my head at least, a semi-late game item, and this should return it to that position.
Yeah, fair enough.
Other changes coming to Bramble Vest and Thornmail. It's just a tiny little tweak.
Okay, and then what's coming next?
So next we're looking at changes to Galio and Orianna.
Okay, so is this next? Are they talking about next?
This is 7.20.
20. Okay, yeah.
So they're apparently coming up in the not too distant future. No real notes on what's happening with that. It does sound like, well, we've been saying that 7.2.4 and 8.0 are going to be massive patches, and it's starting to sound like that's not really going to be the case anymore.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be massive changes to stuff outside of characters, and they're going to get all this character stuff out of the way now. Although I'd still expect to see like one fairly major.
Oh, I would expect to see it, but it does sound like Runes Reforged is going to be kind of introduced slowly over time, rather than just now all your runes mean something completely different.
Okay, that is cool. Yeah, and then I mean we also are we going to get another champion before 8.0? I think we did last year. I think there was one in like 623 or 624 or 622.
I've not seen anything said so far, but given timelines, it's been a while since Kane.
No, because it was Ornn, right?
It was Ornn. So it's been a few weeks since Ornn. Yeah. We might squeeze one in.
Okay, so either there'll be one now or there'll be one in like 8.1 or 8.2 or something like that. Okay, interesting. So that is Heroes.
That's champions. Ben.
Sorry, champions. Champions, that's champions. Now, skins.
Skins. Okay, 5 skins again. Okay. So lots of skins in the last few patches.
Yeah, it seems like their art team's just been working overtime because we kept saying, oh, maybe this is they're dumping a lot of stuff now. And then we won't get so much in future, and they're like, no, here's another.
But it's another set of 5 skins. So there's 3 Immortal Journey skins.
Okay.
Which is a new skin line based on kind of Chinese period history.
Yes, yeah, it's all very flowing dresses and Sakura leaves.
Yeah, so that's for Master Yi, Fiora, and Janna. They're the Sacred Sword or Immortal Sword or something. Okay, they all have fancy names.
Some stuff, they all look very fancy.
They all look very fancy, and they all look very Chinese period dressy.
Okay, very good.
There's also Arclight Yorick, who ruins the skin line that would be Vayne, Vel'Koz, and Varus.
Oh, come on!
It doesn't mean.
Are there any V champions left?
I can't remember off the top of my head. I was thinking about it.
I don't think there are. Okay.
Anyway, Arclight Yorick I think looks pretty cool.
So I read online from, in fact, was he community manager? Scarazard, was he community manager or communications director or something? He was saying how Yorick had no good skins, and then someone replied to him said, "You haven't played Arclight Yorick yet." So is this Yorick's one good skin?
I think it might be. Okay, honestly, he's got his weird metal one.
See, I don't think they're that bad, but you know, the communications director of League of Legends probably has more, or the ex-communications director of League of Legends probably has more better skin opinions than I do. Speaking of better skins,
Beekeeper Singed
is the boy.
Best skin to date. I think.
Hang on, these are some big claims, right? This is going up against DJ Sona.
No,
the project skins.
All you need is meme value, and Beekeeper Singed is excellent.
the only column that counts as memes. Okay.
Also, I think they've changed him. So canonically, I think Beekeeper Singed is just a bee. His recall animation, which you can check out on the site, is a bee climbing out of a beekeeper costume and flying away.
Fantastic.
So that's my pick of the skin. I've been playing Singed for the last week. Okay. Just so I can validate the purchase.
You want to make sure that you have a couple of hours on the Heroes.
Exactly.
So you can at least look good.
So yeah, best skin.
Okay, there you go. So the best 7.19. Did I get that right? 7.19. Yes, best skin in the game. Now you know. Okay, so that is 7.19. Looks like a pretty good patch. Expect another one of these in a couple of weeks. What I'm going to guess is we're actually going to have kind of a slow ramp up in how large the patches are as well. So this one's pretty big, and I think they're just going to get larger as we get towards
great
7.24.
Fun for me.
And even better for the video editors who have to sit through these horrendously long videos. Now, thank you very much for joining us. If you did enjoy the video, please do hit like, do hit subscribe for more. We'll hopefully have some Worlds content at some point soon. We're all getting very excited for that. You know, to watch SKT1 win again. They're doing that baiting thing where they're like, oh no, we're not good. No, we didn't win that many games this time. Oh, who knows what's going to happen? And they're just going to 3-0.
SKT will win.
Yeah. If they don't, I don't know. I'll be surprised.
It's my top pick.
Incredible esports knowledge here from Ali Jones. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.